So you want to own a BMW X3, the compact luxury SUV that hits the sweet spot between practical and premium, roomy enough for a family, sharp enough to still feel like a real BMW when you put your foot down. It looks like the responsible luxury purchase, the one your accountant wouldn't roll their eyes at, a genuine step up from a mainstream crossover without the financial recklessness of something wearing an Italian badge. Subscribe before we start, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly what an X3 costs from the day you drive it off the lot to the day you sell it 5 years later, and you'll understand why the sticker price is genuinely one of the smaller numbers in this entire equation, not the number that determines whether this was a smart purchase. Let's start with the price itself, because a new X3 currently starts right around $52,000 before options, which puts it firmly in the heart of the compact luxury SUV segment, alongside its most obvious rivals. That number climbs quickly once you start adding the packages BMW genuinely wants you to add: adaptive suspension, the larger wheel packages, the premium interior trim, and the technology package that bundles in the driver assistance features most buyers end up wanting anyway, and a realistically configured X3 in the trim most people actually drive off the lot commonly lands somewhere in the high 50s to low 60s before tax, title, and destination charges. Financing follows fairly standard luxury segment terms, and recent industry benchmarking on a new X3 assumes a 72-month loan at just under 7% interest, with 20% down, a structure that puts total financing costs over 5 years, somewhere around $6,500 to $9,500, depending on the exact loan amount and rate you actually qualify for, which is money leaving your pocket that never shows up anywhere on the window sticker. So how does the real cost actually flow once you own the thing? Because this is where the X3 story gets genuinely interesting compared to a lot of other luxury vehicles. Depreciation is the single largest line item, as it is with almost every car, and the X3 holds value meaningfully better than a lot of people assume for a BMW, retaining somewhere around 46% of its original value after 5 years, which puts the dollar loss on a new X3 somewhere in the range of $29,000 to $31,000 over that period, depending on the exact model year and configuration. That's a real number, but it's genuinely one of the more forgiving depreciation curves in the luxury compact SUV category, and it explains why the X3 has quietly become one of the more sensible entry points into German luxury ownership, rather than one of the more punishing ones. Insurance is the category that actually surprises a lot of first-time luxury SUV buyers the most, since annual premiums on an X3 commonly run somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000 a year depending on your age, location, and driving record, adding up to somewhere around $15,000 to $18,000 across a full 5 years of ownership, which for a lot of buyers ends up being a larger cumulative expense than the depreciation itself once you actually add up every annual renewal. Maintenance, by comparison, is genuinely the more manageable part of this equation during the warranty period, with average annual maintenance costs landing around $1,200 a year through the first 5 years, though that number is heavily weighted toward the back half of ownership, since a lot of the bigger scheduled service items don't come due until year 3 or 4, at which point a single service visit can run into the thousands rather than the hundreds. Now for the stuff nobody warns you about before you sign the paperwork. First, maintenance costs on an X3 are genuinely lumpy rather than steady, and industry cost trackers show this clearly, with years 1 and 2 commonly costing next to nothing out of pocket thanks to factory coverage, and then a meaningful jump in year 3 or 4 once brake service, fluid changes, and other scheduled maintenance items start coming due simultaneously, sometimes landing a single year's maintenance bill in the $3,000 to $5,500 range, even though the annual average across the full 5 years looks far more modest. Second, repair costs, separate from scheduled maintenance, tend to concentrate in the later years of ownership as well, with total 5-year repair costs commonly landing somewhere around $1,800, but the overwhelming majority of that showing up in years 4 and 5 specifically, which means an X3 that felt essentially free to maintain for its first 3 years can start generating real, unplanned bills right around the time a lot of owners are considering whether to keep it or trade it in. Third, state fees and registration costs are a genuinely underestimated line item on a vehicle in this price range, since registration, taxes, and title fees scale with the purchase price in most states. And a new X3 can carry several $1,000s in state fees in the first year alone, a cost that shows up nowhere in the monthly payment calculator most buyers use to decide whether they can afford the car. Fourth, fuel costs. While not the largest line item on this vehicle, still add up to somewhere around $9,000 over 5 years of typical driving. A real number that a lot of buyers moving up from a smaller, more efficient vehicle don't fully price in ahead of time. Fifth, and this is specific to the compact luxury SUV segment generally, the X3 sits solidly in the middle of the pack on total cost of ownership within its category, meaningfully below some full-size luxury SUVs, but still carrying a total 5-year cost that ranks below the compact SUV segment median overall, driven primarily by that insurance line rather than anything mechanical about the car itself. So who's actually managing X3 ownership well? And what separates a genuinely smart purchase from an expensive one? Buyers who shop insurance aggressively across multiple carriers before signing anything, rather than accepting whatever quote their existing provider offers for a new vehicle, routinely save a meaningful percentage on what is consistently the largest recurring cost category on this car, since rate spreads between carriers for the identical vehicle and driver profile can run into the hundreds of dollars annually. Buyers who put a larger down payment down and finance over a shorter term than the standard 72 months meaningfully reduce total financing costs, since stretching the loan out to the maximum term available lowers the monthly payment but increases the total interest paid over the life of the loan considerably. And buyers who budget specifically for that year, 3 and 4 maintenance and repair spike, rather than being caught off guard by it, avoid the single most common source of buyer's remorse this specific model generates, since an owner who's mentally prepared for a bigger bill in year 3 experiences it as expected maintenance, while an owner who assumed the car would stay cheap to run the whole time experiences the exact same bill as a nasty surprise that sours the entire ownership experience. How do people actually end up unhappy with this purchase, despite the X3 being a genuinely well-regarded, reasonably priced entry into luxury ownership? Almost nobody regrets buying the car because it drove badly or felt cheap inside. They regret it because they budgeted purely around the monthly payment, treated insurance as an afterthought, to sort out after signing rather than before, and then got hit with a maintenance bill in year 3 or 4 that felt like a betrayal rather than the predictable, well-documented pattern that industry data shows happens on this car almost every single time. Okay, so what does a realistic 5 years of ownership actually look like? Take a buyer financing a new X3, around $58,000, with a standard 20% down payment and a 72-month loan. Total 5-year cost to own, combining depreciation, insurance, financing, maintenance, repairs, fuel, and state fees, realistically lands somewhere around $75,000 to $76,000, according to recent industry cost calculators, with insurance alone accounting for roughly $17,000 to $18,000 of that total, genuinely the single largest out-of-pocket category ahead of even depreciation in some calculations. Now the more disciplined version. A buyer who shops insurance down to a more competitive rate, puts a larger down payment toward a shorter loan term, and budgets deliberately for the year 3 maintenance spike, rather than getting caught off guard by it, can realistically shave several $1,000s off that total, landing closer to $65,000 to $70,000 in genuine 5-year cost, the exact same car, driven the exact same way, with a meaningfully better financial outcome purely through better preparation, rather than anything different about the vehicle itself. So yeah, you can own a BMW X3, and compared to a lot of the luxury vehicles we've broken down in this series, it's genuinely one of the more financially sensible ways to get real German engineering and a real luxury badge, without the punishing depreciation curve or 6-figure running costs some of its siblings carry. Most buyers who end up disappointed by the total cost aren't disappointed because the car was a bad choice. They're disappointed because they only ever priced the monthly payment and never ran the full 5-year picture before signing. The owners who genuinely feel good about this purchase years in aren't the ones who got the lowest monthly payment at the dealership. They're the ones who understood, before they ever drove off the lot, that insurance and the year 3 maintenance bill were just as real as the sticker price, and planned for both from day one. Subscribe, and we'll do this again next week with the next car that costs more than the number on the window.